Hi guys, definitely Mario here. Today we want to make our UI. And all will come together and we have something to see. Let us change to Unreal Engine. Here we are. For that we need a new widget. User widget and VB inventory. You see, first we make our inventory slot. Now we make our inventory. Open it. We need one canvas. Put it here. We need a border. Put it anything there. Enter it here. 0.0. And bring it anything near 800 times 1000. And 0.5 and 0. So this is not good. So let's say 600. It's still not good. Let us go 1 here. Yeah, better. But the height could be 1050. Yeah. No, it's too much. So 1080. Yeah. Maybe 1070. Yeah, that's better. So what we want to get here. We want a drawer where it comes out if we press E for inventory and disappear after. Now let us use this ones here and here. So it will scale with the display settings. What I mean is where it is. Screen size table. Pro, you see it holds its dimension. So that's important for that. Okay. Now reset all offsets. Oh yeah. Why he will not go? Yeah, button offset 0.2. Perfect. Clean, and let us bring the padding to 40. We have an all size padding of 40. Let us bring our brush here on tint here to black. So if black suits your game at best, you have to see you can change the tint in every color suits your game best. Let us make it its variable and give it a good clear name. Maybe inventory. E for inventory background. Now we need some vertical box and put it here. And you see now our padding from all sides. First, we need size box. Put it here. Make an height over right 50. So we got this nice space here. And we need a border again. So put it there. Now we make it a child from this and name it inventory title. Because we want to make here a text in it what says inventory. Now we got to want all align middle because we want the title in the middle horizontally and in the middle vertically. Here let us make some good heading 2, 20, 10, 20, 10. You can play around with this so it suits you best. Now let us bring the color tint here to alpha 0. Now we need a text for the title, so bring it here. Yeah, the padding is not what I want, so let us make maybe 11 here and 11 there. No. Maybe here. Yeah, that's better, yeah. And we need to maybe change it so it's variable, and we named it inventory title text. Small change here. We want to change the font like the last time to regular, and it's called obvious inventory. Now we want some more. It will draw as the image. That's wrong. It's a border, and you want a margin of 1 and 1. It will bring a small line here and here. You will see it on play. Not yet. Now we need a new element, and that element calls uniform grid, and you put it into the vertical box so it goes under the side box. Rename it to inventory slot holder, or every name it suits for you. Now we want to add some padding, 20 for 20, so we get a little gap here, and to the next the same gap. Now we have to put some padding at all size of 5, and you remember our slots are 120 width and have 120 height. And now comes a moment of truth. Let us test how it will be looked. Yeah, it looks not very good. But why? Let me look. Yeah, here would be the column 1. Here would be the column 3. And we duplicated one more, and this would be 4. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it looks very nice, I think. And this would be the outcome. Yeah. No, now we need them. No more, so delete it. Now we got our inventory, we got our grid with the items. Now we have no place to display the item name from the item we clicked on. So for that, duplicate this, bring it with this arrow down, open it, rename this to inventory item name, and this to inventory item name text. Now we not want to display it in the middle. We want to display it in the left. And we call it item name. This text will be changed in our blueprint. Some of you want or irritate, it has only this width. You can press here so it fill out the whole line, but at the end it doesn't matter so much. Yeah. Now you remember in our struct we get an item description, so we have to show it here. So copy the text, rename this to description, and put here some description. So now the description tag has normally to a little bit smaller, let us say 80. Yeah. And now it's too close here. Let us bring it on 20. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? It's okay. Now let us go into our graph. We don't need that, and we don't need that. We need one function. Update inventory. I have a misspelling. Go back here, and we want to call it on the constructor. So it means every time you open your inventory, you want to update it so you have your inventory at this moment. First things first, we want here our inventory slot holder, and we want first to clear it. Clear children, because we want to refresh it completely with the right values. Now we need some variables. First one will be BBC inventory ref. We make a group refs for that, and it want to be BBC inventory object reference. Then of course we need a player ref. Press here. Now it makes on component, but I want it on ref. And call it player ref and BBC person, not BBC, PP person character object reference. Both need to be instant editable, expose on spawn. This two, instant editable and expose on spawn. Now we want some loop. Get our inventory ref. From here we get inventory size. We want to minus it by 1. And from here, we want now an for loop. No for each loop, we want a for loop. It starts at 0 and it ends here. So we go through all inventory slots. Now we want here to create our widget. Create a widget. And we need our VB inventory slot. So, and now I encounter one error. Oh, what seems one error. We make something wrong here at the W inventory ref. What I mean by this, we will make it together. If you open the inventory slot and go to the graph, you will see the inventory ref is wrong, is set wrong. We make it to inventory slot, but we want it to be inventory. But in the last video we create the slot, we don't have the inventory, so this mistake could happen. And now we have to compile, compile and save, and here we can make a reference on self, or we could not. Inventory. Oh yeah, I know. You have to click on this and refresh node. So now we can go on self. Now we need some check. Oh, I see we forget something more. We get here induce, but we not make it instant edible and exposed on spawn. So we have to refresh the node again. Now we got it. Perfect. Now we need our inventory ref. Here we need our get content. From there, let us bring it a little bit here. We need the lag. Yeah, bring that a little bit more here. And the index has to be greater equal, less equal, sorry. I make ever the same mistake, I think. Not so good. And bring it to in use. So if we got any item in our inventory, so we want to take the new inventory slot in use. If we not get any item there, then the inventory slot can't be in use. I hope you understand the logic behind it, but I think you will do. Now we need our item ID and our number. For that, we go from here to here and get a copy. Make some reroutes so it looks not so bad. And the index we want here is our index from here. So let us go from here, bring it there, make a reroute here. It's not the path, but it's okay. Split the pins and bring the pins here. Yeah. Now we want to bring it to our grid. So we have our inventory slot holder. And that's dialed to uniform grid. This one. and this one. For the row and column, we want take local variables, row, and please use local variables for it because we only need it in this function. Now we have to increment it. Take first our column, increment it by 1, and then check. We want to display 4 items in a row, so check if it equals 4. Make a branch. So, and now if that is true, we want to set the column back to 0. And we want to take the row and increment it by 1. So if we are on 4, which means the 5th item because we count from 0, then we want to get back to 0 on the column and go down 1 row. Now we got our function for that, but we want to get our name and description too. So set name description. We need 2 inputs. The first one is item ID. You remember item ID is the item name. And we need the description from the item. And this would be text, because it could be longer. We want to set it 1 by 1, so we use a sequence. And we want our title text. We want to set text on the content here. And we want to bring it there. Bring it a little bit here so it makes this nice curve. Now we need some method to check if the title is empty and what we do then. So here we want to set the visibility. Yep. And we want a select node here. Yep. Go a little forward, go here. And now what we want is to check if this text is exactly that, a little bit text, and we want to check on nothing. So if that is true, we want to hide the title. So if the title, the item ID, empty string, we don't want to show anything. We only want to show it if the item ID is something. So here we don't have to forget to write none in it, so the check will work. Now we want to make our description, so go there, description here, put it there, set text from content, and this one goes here. Yeah. And we want to get our description there, connect, easy like this. And we have to go back to our event graph and set name and here. So now, so we can see it at the end of our video here, let us bring the player in. Blueprints, player, It's only for this testing purpose. We can look what we have done here. Create widget. DB inventory. And we want to go here and add to viewport. Here we go on self. And here we put this in. So yeah. Yeah. So if we start now the game, you see here our inventory. Yeah, it works. So if you want to look that a little bit better, you could do that simple, because 3 slots looks not so nice. Go back on our component, go here, inventory slots, do 4. Let's play. And now it looks bad. And here we make some mistakes. I think we change the title instead. Yeah. We do the title instead of the name. We need to do it with the name. So, yeah, the name got none. There is because of we make the mistake here too. Item name text. So here, and press play, and inventory will be here, and this here. Yeah, wonderful. I hope you learned something. In the next video, we will bring in the pickup stuff to get the item in it, to refresh every time we pick up an item. Yeah, and so on. Think about the polling for the next content. You find that on YouTube and on my Patreon. On both you can vote. So the vote choices are: we make the basic ghost or we make our first level. It's your decision. Your vote matters. Bye guys.